Morning YouTube, hope everybody is well. We've just rushed in down to London, Euston. I've just seen a wire hanging out your camera. Does that matter? No, it's fine, it's just me being a dipstick. There you go. We're at the Harley Street Specialist Hospital, the regenerative clinic today. So a couple of weeks ago, just during sparring, I pulled my back a little bit, and it's just meant the last 2 weeks I've just been sort of nursing a bad back. So come and seen a specialist. So Dr. Suresh here is one of the best in the country, sort of looking after the spine and shoulders and those sort of things. And I've actually been here before when I detached my bicep in 2019, as you can see there, completely off the bone. And I came here for a PRP injection straight after, just to help the healing process, and it does make a big difference. So, Dr. Suresh, let's do a quick intro. How long have you been in the business for?
Oh, thank you, Eddie. I'm Suresh Sudla. I'm a consultant physiotherapist specialized in musculoskeletal ultrasound and musculoskeletal medicine. I've been in regenerative medicine for the last 4 or 5 years, and then ultrasound guided procedure for the last 15 years. So my specialty is injecting sort of any regenerative medicine products or any sort of injectates to the areas it needs to be treated. I've been doing this for the last 15 years. Anything else you need to know?
No, that's pretty much it. So you've got about 15 years experience in this.
Yes.
20 years qualified as in total.
Yeah, with the PRPs and with the regenerative medicine, it's been encouraging results with any sort of sports injuries, arthritis, tendinopathies. It helps to heal and get the athletes back to the activities or the competitions quicker, and the healing process is an important aspect of it. It does not compromise on the tissue integrity and compared to traditional steroid injections. Yeah,
well, this is my third visit down here now, so I came a couple of weeks ago. What was your sort of verdict on the injury? What do you think I've done on my L3 to L5, wasn't it, on the lower spine?
What Eddie has done is a typical strain of his intraspinous ligaments. It can happen to the people who does a lot of liftings, and then if you are slightly relaxed on your technique or you're overdone it, it could happen. And the luckily important aspect, he has not damaged anything significantly in terms of the spine. It's mainly a sprain of the ligaments between the spinous process between L2 to L5. And then we've done so far we've done 2 PRP injections, which has given him a tremendous improvement so far. And then he should be on the healing in the next in a week or so, and then get back to his fitness and get back to his routine.
Real. Well, I did this 4 weeks ago. I think bang on the dot, really. So it's my third one. And then I'm out flying out to USA to film The World's Strongest Man for Channel 5 and CBS. So by the time I get back from there, obviously I'll still be training when I'm out there. That back should be 100%, and then it's the 12-week camp leading up to the fight. So the last 3 or 4 weeks has been tough. You know, boxing's been great. The only thing I've had to sort of slow down on is the weights. So in all honesty, you know, my coach said a big thing to me, you know, the other day is boxers, you know, they know, professional boxers know how to box, you know, and they'll come in, they'll relax, they'll do a couple of sessions a week all year round, and then when they know a fight's coming, they do a 12-week camp. So that made me a bit more relaxed. You know, I've kept the cardio up, I've kept the boxing up, but I've had a 3-4 weeks just like everything's just like relaxed. You know, all my injuries in my shoulders are dumbed down, wrists are feeling good, ankles are feeling good, calves feeling good, and I just feel as though this last 3 or 4 weeks has done me a world of favours. It made me take my foot off the gas a little bit, and I think that's what I needed, ready for this 12-week of hell, basically, that's coming up. So PRP is basically plasma, so they draw the blood, spin it, centrifugal spin it, that separates the plasma from the blood, and then they put the plasma, basically, inject the plasma straight into the injuries. How many injections are we going to do? 3 or 4?
Usually we do 3 as a routine, sort of a course of 3, a week or 2 weeks apart. However, people who are put extreme strain and activities, we tend to do a top up every 6 months or so if it starts problem. But it's usually long-term sort of effect with the PRP. It's high concentration growth factors in the plasma, which has got an anti-inflammatory effect, which has got a healing properties. So we're using those to help the tissue healing as well as giving the symptomatic relief, and then get back to their functional activities or the recreational or the sports.
Well, I have every faith in Dr. Suresh, so I came to him a few years back with my shoulder, and the shoulder feels great, so let's crack on with this. It's always, the right arm's always the best for blood.
Yeah, what we'll do is probably we'll stitch you up, that's fine.
That's not piss, that's just a bit of water.
I don't care.
Can I just ask why there's a condom and 2 packets of lube there?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you why. Those condoms are not what you think they are.
I know this is our 3rd visit, but I'd like dinner before we get to
They
that
are
stage.
called, just for the records, they are probe condoms. So they are sterile packs, so we use it for when you're doing the procedure for the sterility to protect the probe. Got that?
There's no probe going up my arse.
They're nothing to do for any other reasons. You know, I carry them in my handbag and the travel bag when I'm doing my courses. My wife is,
Why are
why
you
do
taking
you have a
condoms?
condom in your
Yeah.
travel bag? I said, no, it's not what you think it is.
I believe you.
Yeah.
If no one else will. I'll just have my breakfast whilst I'm waiting. So what they've done now is drawn the blood and they put it in a centrifugal spin. It's just like in the laboratories, those things that spin up dead fast. And that separates the blood from the plasma. And that's what they're going to be injecting in the plasma.
You're just eating salmon like that?
Is that okay with you, Hannah?
It's fine.
Is
Yeah.
there a problem?
I mean, no.
Do you eat your salmon any other way?
Yeah, I don't eat it like just like the packet.
It's organic smoked salmon.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Great.
You have normal salmon for a pheasant. And it's all part of the diet. Got to get a lot of fish oils in the diet. 240 grams of smoked salmon, washed down with a nice lovely bowl of Rice Krispies.
Did you make this or did Alex?
I mean, there isn't much to make, really.
That's what I thought. Maybe you made it.
Alex still made it. And I was doing it with, because I can't have lactose. I'm lactose intolerant, I have to have all lactose-free milk. So I kept it in my cool bag, so it's nice and fresh. It tastes as good, if not better, than normal milk. The date, like this will last probably a month and a half, probably 5-6 weeks in your fridge. As obviously you get normal milk, it's not going off after a week, so you know I can stockpile this, get like 10 at a time, and it lasts. And it like tastes fresher. I still don't believe in about that condom and the lube.
So we have done the blood drawing from Eddie. So these 4 tubes going into a centrifuge. It'll be spun for 8 to 10 minutes. And what it does, it separates the red blood cells to white blood cells in the plasma. We will be using the growth factors from the high concentrated growth factors from the plasma to inject back into the Eddie's spinal ligaments. So that takes 8 minutes or so, and then we'll show you an actual procedure. So the centrifuge cycle is finished now. So I'm going to show you how it separates the blood. So these are all the red blood cells, and we have the plasma. There are 2 fractions in here. One is a growth factor rich fraction which we call F2, and there is a fibrin fraction which is F1 on the top. So all we are interested is in the middle part. So we're going to take out the F1 fraction, which we don't use it for the soft tissue, and then we're going to take out the F2 fraction and then activate before we inject. You get about 2 mils of F2 fraction from this system. So what we're doing now is separating the F1 fraction, which has a high fibrin. We don't want that. So now we are taking out the actual F2 fraction from the tube. So here is the plasma which we are interested in. Right, sir. You're going to just take your shoes off for the bit.
Sure.
I got the condom ready.
Is that condom still?
It's still there.
It's found its way into this. Yeah. It's found its way into this room as well.
So we've done the preliminary scan. Now I'm going to scrub up to do the injections. Eddie is nicely positioned on the couch. We've done the preliminary scan and we're going to activate the plasma before we inject.
The last one through the depth.
Yeah. There we go. We can get the shot from the screen. Good man.
All done.
There you go. And he's always been a good patient.
Lovely.
He's very brave.
Do I get a lollipop?
You get a candy, yeah.
Condom can. My favourite flavour. Just got to be careful not to put any weight on my back or even body weight. Just for a couple of hours whilst that sets in. And then tomorrow go for a walk. Day after go for a swim. And then Monday, so Friday today, and then Monday I'll be back boxing. Although I won't, I'll be flying out to World's Strongest Man in Sacramento, but I'll be doing stuff out there, keep me busy. Right, so we're just having a little debrief, I suppose, after that. So injections are in. My experience is, you know, Dr. S says it's a very dull ache, but what I feel happens is the muscles around the area anchor up to, because obviously it's created that massive inflammation, and the body's automatic response is to anchor up to protect that area, to stop. So I suppose it thinks that there's a massive injury there, so everything's anchoring up to protect it. So that's why my back's gone dead tight. So for a few hours, can't really put any load bearing on it, but I say tomorrow go for a walk, Sunday swim, Monday I'll be able to get back to some light weights and boxing, and then progress from there. So within 2 weeks, this will be like, I'll be absolutely flying. I'm heading to another clinic now to get some hyperbaric treatment, so we'll see you there. But Dr. Suresh, thank you so much.
Good luck, Eddie.
No, thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you, mate, and no doubt I'll be back down again soon next time I break something else.
Good luck. All the best.
Thank you.
Every now and then we lay out in Queens. So what I want to tell you is, in the normal atmosphere, you breathe about 21% oxygen.
Yep.
In here, you're breathing around 96, 97% oxygen. Number one. Number two, when you normally breathe, the oxygen goes into your lungs and blood takes it everywhere. So this is relying entirely on the blood circulatory system. In here, when the pressure is applied to the oxygen, it drives it into the plasma, into the lymph and other bodily fluids, so you get much more oxygen.
I've just had a plasma injection in my back, so that should be fine.
Yes, that should help. Yes, it should help drive it more.
Yeah, brilliant.
So now what it does do is creates the level of tissue oxygenation that there's no other way of doing it, because when you go to the oxygen bars or have it from the concentrator or cylinders or canisters, You're just absorbing it into your lungs and then distributing through the blood, same thing. But this is driving into the tissue through other bodily fluids with less viscosity, and it's easy to reach there, even if the blood is not quite reaching the distal, like people who have cold hand and feet, falling hair, etc., etc.
So without going into depth then, what's your sort of main clientele? Like athletes? I know
listen, we are the preferred supplier to British Athletic Association. So if they have injured Olympic participant, they will send them here. I've had lots of athletes. I've had people who are boxers because it increases the endurance, because it's, and even the brain, 2% of the body weight needs 20% of the, it takes up 20% of the oxygen, which means you're sharper, focused, quicker. There's studies done where they show the neurogenesis created by hyperbaric oxygen in the brain. So that means the memory is sharper, the quick response time is sharper, and all the other multitasking is faster. Okay, so that's a short version of it. So when you go inside the chamber, you feel like aircraft and your ears might pop a little, which is fine. You just swallow or yawn. If it's any more than that discomfort, you just press the bell and we just control it from the outside. It makes it a lot easier to...
I'm right in thinking you can control this from the inside as well.
Wow. Yes. So you can manage it by yourself. You had it in your own home.
That would be the plan.
Do you enjoy that?
Lovely.
So now you take your time because the back is fragile. We're used to people coming straight from hospitals, so don't worry about it.
I know out. Oh.
You need this every day.
I know I do. It's good that because I've had my own in the past, it's like you've had a cup of coffee without having the coffee, you know. It wakes you up that little bit, doesn't it? Right, we've just come out of the oxygen clinic. Hyperbaric chambers, they are, not just saying this, they are miracle workers. I've had one in the past, helped me no end on my training for World's Strongest Man. I moved house a year and a half ago, coming up to 2 years ago, and when I moved house I got rid of the hyperbaric chamber just because I didn't think I was going to need one. You know, I was doing all my TV shows and everything, and then this fight with 4 came up, so I thought I better look into these again. I'm glad I've tried that out because that is the exact model. I've been talking to a guy in Germany, and he suggested I come here to try out that exact model because that's the ones he sells. So it's a good chance. I'm going to make a phone call now. As long as the price is right, I'm going to buy one, and that'll be in my recovery room back at home pretty soon. But yeah, positive day. I say I've had not a hard 2 weeks, but a worrying couple of weeks, but definitely on the mend. I was boxing really hard last night. Got 10 rounds out of sparring, so it was nice to sort of test the waters, and then obviously having the PRP sets you back again. But by Monday I'll be back doing some shadow sparring, and then by Wednesday I'll be back full sparring again. But I'll be out in America presenting the World's Strongest Man, so my Uber driver has arrived 2 minutes away, so I'm gonna head back to Houston now, head back home, and get my bags packed ready to fly out for World's Strongest Man. So nice bit of intel for you there, guys. You've got to invest in yourself. I'll be dead honest, the PRP injection this morning, it's not cheap. That treatment right there, it's not cheap. But if you're a top athlete, if you're going to take things mega seriously, you've got to invest in your body, you've got to invest in your health. And when it comes to this, you can't really put money as a problem. You know, when it comes to my level, you've got to be willing to remortgage your house to make sure you win at what you do, which I did do in the past. You know, I bought hyperbaric chambers, I bought the saunas, the spas, everything, and I literally had so much debt on all the recovery kit I bought. So it's nice to be in a position now where I can just buy things and do everything I need to do, you know, the PRP, the whatever, so get it all in the home gym. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something from today. Don't forget to like the video, definitely subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Big love, the beast. Take care.